हरिः ओम्। नमः सर्वेभ्यः। अद्य कृदन्तप्रकरणस्य 53तमः पाठः। कर्तृर्थेण प्रत्ययः कथं प्रयुज्यते अस्मिन् विषये अद्य विस्तारेण अध्ययनं करिष्यामः। येनाक्षरसमाम्नायम् अधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयम्। मुनित्रयं नमस्कृत्य तदुक्तिः परिभाव्य च वैयाकरणसिद्धान्तकौमुदीयं विरच्यते। सिद्धान्तकौमुद्याः वर्गस्य पञ्चप्रयोजनानि। सिद्धान्तकौमुद्याः कृदन्तप्रकरणस्य सर्वेषां सूत्राणां विस्तारेण अध्ययनं, यत्र आवश्यकं तत्र अन्येषां व्याख्यानानां साहाय्येन शास्त्राध्ययनं, सर्वेभ्यः धातुभ्यः यथा योग्यं कृत्प्रत्यययोजनं, कृत्प्रत्यये परे रूपनिर्माणप्रक्रियायाः अभ्यासः, तथा च अष्टाध्याय्याः तृतीयाध्यायस्य कण्ठस्थीकरणम्। ह्यस्तनवर्गे अस्माभिः क प्रत्ययः विस्तारेण पठितः। वस्तुतस्तु ह्यस्तनवर्गे ण प्रत्ययस्यपि अध्ययनं करणीयम् इति मम मनसि आसीत्, परन्तु क प्रत्ययः एव एकघण्टाधिकः समयः यावत् अध्ययनार्थम् अस्माभिः स्वीकृतः, अतः तदनन्तरं ण प्रत्ययस्य अध्ययनं न प्रारब्धम्। अद्यतनवर्गे यः कोऽपि ह्यस्तनवर्गे अवशिष्टः विषयः अस्ति ण प्रत्ययः, तस्यैव अध्ययनं कृत्वा विरमामहे। किमपि नूतनम् अद्य न पठिष्यते, अतः प्राय लघ्वी कक्षा भवेत्। किञ्चित् पुनरावर्तनम् आदौ कृत्वा तदनन्तरं ण प्रत्ययस्य अध्ययनं प्रारभामहे। अतः इदानीं कृदन्तप्रकरणे अस्माभिः द्वितीयं करपत्रम् अधीयमानम् अस्ति। तत्र द्वितीये करपत्रे कृदन्तप्रकरणे ण्वलादयः प्रत्ययाः पाठ्यन्ते। एते सर्वे प्रत्ययाः धातुभ्यः कर्त्रर्थे विधीयन्ते, अपि च उपपदं विना एव प्रायः सर्वत्र विधीयन्ते। तत्र प्रारम्भे ण्वुल् तृचौ इति प्रथमं सूत्रं सर्वेभ्यः धातुभ्यः ण्वुल् तृचौ इति प्रत्ययौ भवतः। तत्र उदाहरणानि अपि कानिचन व्याख्यानेषु पाठितानि। कृ धातुः अस्ति चेत् कारकः नो चेत् कर्ता, ऋ धातुः अस्ति चेत् हारकः हर्ता, एतादृशानि रूपाणि सिद्ध्यन्ति। अत्र विस्तारेण वर्गद्वयं स्वीकृत्य अस्माभिः शास्त्रविषयाणाम् अपि अध्ययनं कृतमस्ति। तदनन्तरम् अग्रिमं सूत्रं नन्दिग्रहिपचादिभ्यो ल्युणिन्यचः। अस्य सूत्रस्य विषये अपि वर्गद्वयं स्वीकृत्य विस्तारेण शास्त्राध्ययनं कृतम्। आदिशब्दः प्रत्येकं सम्बध्यते। टाइपिंग मिस्टेक। आदिशब्दः प्रत्येकं सम्बध्यते। त्रिभ्यः गणेभ्यः त्रयः प्रत्ययाः यथासङ्ख्यं भवन्ति। नन्द्यादिभ्यः ल्युः, ल्युट् इति नास्ति, ल्युः इति अस्ति, स्मर्तव्यम्। ग्रहादिभ्यः णिनिः, पचादिभ्यः अच्। अत्र त्रयः गणाः पाठिताः सन्ति। एतेषां गणानां कः विशेषः इति पृच्छते चेत् नन्दिग्रहपचादयः न धातुपाठतः सन्निविष्टाः गृह्यन्ते। वस्तुतस्तु धातुपाठे नन्द्यादिगणः धातूनां गणः, नो चेत् गृह्यादिगणः धातूनां गणः, एतादृशं वर्गीकरणं नास्ति। अत एव अस्माकं जालपुटे अपि तत्र अन्तर्गणाः इति दृश्यन्ते चेत् नन्द्यादिगणः गृह्यादिगणः इति किमपि न लभ्यते। एते सर्वे प्रातिपदिकानां गणाः सन्ति। किं तर्हि नन्दनरमण इत्येतानि मूलरूपेण प्रातिपदिकानि। एतेषु प्रातिपदिकगणेषु अपोद्धृत्य अध्ययनसौलभ्यार्थं प्रकृतयः निर्दिश्यन्ते इति नन्दिग्रहिपचादिभ्यो ल्युणिन्यचः। तदनन्तरं पच धातोः विषये कस्मिंश्चित् वर्गे विस्तारेण अस्माभिः अध्ययनं कृतं। सर्वधातुभ्यः अच् विधिः, नो चेत् पचादिः आकृतिगणः इति सर्वं पठितं। कुत्रचित् अच् प्रत्ययः भवति चेत् द्वित्वं भवति, अच् प्रत्ययः भवति चेत् यङ् प्रत्ययस्य लुक् भवति। एते सर्वे विषयाः अस्माभिः पूर्वेषु वर्गेषु विस्तारेण अधीताः। ह्यस्तनवर्गे क प्रत्ययस्य अध्ययनसमये सूत्रत्रयम् अस्माभिः पठितम्। इगुपधज्ञाप्रीकिरक्कः। इगुपधेभ्यः यत्र उपधायाम् इक् वर्णः अस्ति, इ उ ऋ ऋ, एतेषु कश्चन वर्णः अस्ति लकारः अपि, परन्तु तस्यापि ग्रहणं भवितुम् अर्हति। इगुपदेभ्यः जानातेः, प्रीणातेः, किरतेः च। So these three dhatus ज्ञा प्री किर इत्येतैः निर्दिश्यन्ते। क इति प्रत्ययः भवति। विक्षिपः, विलिखः, बुधः, कृशः इति सर्वाणि उदाहरणानि इगुपधः इत्यस्य। जानाति इति ज्ञः, प्रीणाति इति प्रियः, किरति इति किरः। ऋतैः धातोः तदनन्तरम् उरण्ड्रपरः इत्यनेन रेफः तत्र आगच्छति, रूपं सिद्ध्यति। देवसेवमेषादयः पचादौ पठितव्याः इत्यस्यपि विस्तारेण अध्ययनं कृतं। कुत्रचित् केचन शब्दाः इगुपधाः धातवः सन्ति, परन्तु ते शब्दाः पचादिगणे विद्यन्ते, नो चेत् ते शब्दाः अच् प्रत्ययान्ताः भाषायां प्रयुज्यन्ते। अतः पचादिगणस्य आकृतिगणत्वं स्वीकृत्य तस्मिन्नेव गणे एतेषां स्थापनं करणीयम्। अग्रिमं सूत्रम् अस्माभिः अधीतम् आतश्चोपसर्गे। So there are actually two atashchopasarge sutras in Ashtadhyayi, very next to each other. We should not be confusing between the two. So we have this atashchopasarge, which we studied yesterday, 31136 atashchopasarge. And if you go to this Anadi Prakaranam, there is somewhere else which is atashchopasarge, I think, or maybe I'm confused. There is one more else. Let's actually see if I remember this reading. Yeah, in 3.3, not in 3.2. No, so not next to next, but there is a separate sutra, Atashchopasarge, yet another in 3.3. I think in the Stryadhikara Prakaranam. Let's take a quick look. 33106 here. Atashchopasarge in Strilinga Vachis. So that is also Sopasarga Akaranta Dhatu, but altogether a different pratyaya. So we should not be confused. I mean, right now we have only studied one pratyaya, so there is no question of confusion. But going ahead, we will study the second Atashchopasarge also. So there are two different Atashchopasarge sutras with completely two different contexts and two different meanings. आकारान्तेभ्यः धातुभ्यः उपसर्गे उपपदे क इति प्रत्ययः भवति, ण इत्यस्य अपवादः। एतत् अद्यतनवर्गे अस्माभिः पठिष्यते। स्याद् व्यधास्र संस्रवति नवसा ववृलिः श्लिषस्वसश्च इत्यनेन सूत्रेण आकारान्तेभ्यः धातुभ्यः ण प्रत्ययः विधीयते। तस्य अपवादरूपेण यत्र उपसर्गः आगच्छति तत्र णस्य अपवादरूपेण क इति प्रत्ययः पाठितः अस्ति। प्र प्लस स्था प्लस क गिव्स प्रस्थ। सु प्लस ग्लै प्लस क आदेश उपदेशेषिति इति ग्लै इत्यस्य आकारादेशः ग्ला इति भवति, सुग्ल। सिमिलरली सुम्ल एंड सो ऑन। अंतिमं सूत्रं गेहे कः इति ह्यस्तनवर्गे अस्माभिः पठितं। ग्रह इति धातुः, ग्रहेः धातोः क प्रत्ययः भवति, गेहे कर्तरि। गृह इति शब्दस्य सिद्ध्यर्थं निवासः इत्यस्मिन् अर्थे क इति प्रत्ययः विधीयते। गृहं वेश्म इति प्रधानः अर्थः, मुख्यः अर्थः। तास्थ्यात् दाराश्च इति औपचारिकरूपेण द्वितीयः शब्दः निष्पद्यते। गृह्णन्ति इति गृहाः दाराः. So basically for the word gruhaha, he has given two different derivations. Grinhanti iti gruhaha is one derivation and tasthyat pratyay vidhanam krutva gruhe tishtanti iti gruhaha iti second derivation. Are two different derivations that he has given. Gruhani veshmani. तदनन्तरं तत्त्वबोधिनीकारः अस्य सूत्रस्य विषये वदति, इदं सूत्रं नो चेत् एतत् सूत्रं शक्यम् अकर्तुम्। Typing this, no, shakyam akartum, just the space is not expected. Idam sutram tu shakyam akartum gruhu grahane iti bhwadehe igupadha lakshane ka pratyaye krute eva gruha shabdasya siddhehe. कश्चन अन्यः गृहु इति धातुः अस्ति, समानः एव अर्थः, तस्मात् इगुपदज्ञा प्रीकिरकः इत्यनेन क प्रत्ययः तादृशापि भवितुमर्हति। अतः विशिष्टस्य गृहशब्दस्य निर्माणार्थं गेहे कः इति सूत्रम् अनावश्यकम् इति आशयः। That's all about the पुनरावर्तनम्। अग्रे गच्छामः। अद्यतनवर्गे ण इत्यस्य प्रत्ययस्य अध्ययनं कुर्मः। Let's take a quick look at the sheet where we are. We studied nvul, trucha, liu, lnini, acha. For the ka pratyay, there are two sutras in the beginning and there is a gehe kaha sutra all the way in the bottom. So these three sutras we have studied. Immediately after the ka pratyaya, there are sutras for the sha pratyaya. but we will take these sutras in the next week. There is no particular reason. Yesterday I planned Ka and Ana together. We only covered Ka, so I just thought I'll discuss Ana. I could have taught Sha also. So there is no reason why, I mean, specific krama is being imposed. Just the presentation was ready, so I thought I'll teach Ana first. So Ana iti pratyayah tatra chatvari sutrani vidyante ज्वलिति कसन्तेभ्यो नः. So if you have memorized this, this is going to be very easy now. ज्वलिति कसन्तेभ्यो नः स्याद्व्यधाश्रुस्रवती नवसा वव्रुलिह श्लिशश्वसश्च दुन्योरनुपसर्गे विभाषाग्रहः. एतानि चत्वारि सूत्राणि अद्यस्माभिः विस्तारेण दृश्यन्ते. यथा ह्यस्तनवर्गे कृतं प्रारम्भे सर्वेषां सूत्राणां केवलं सामान्य भाषायाम् अवलोकनं कृत्वा उदाहरणानि दृष्ट्वा तदनन्तरं सूत्राणाम् अर्थं पश्यामः. अतः प्रारम्भे ण प्रत्ययः, we have 4 or 5 slides over here. So ण प्रत्ययः सर्वप्रथमं, let's take the bigger cases first and then we will jump to the individual specific cases. ण प्रत्ययः ज्वलादिगणस्य धातुभ्यः ण प्रत्ययः भवति. So just like the way we have Nandyadi Gana, Pachadi Gana, Grahiyadi Gana, we have a separate another Gana called Jwaladi Gana. What is a Jwaladi Gana, or what is basically an Antargana? It is a small group of the bigger Gana. So we have 10 bigger Ganas in the Dhatu Patha, starting from the Bhwadi Gana to Churadi Gana. And inside each Gana, some small groups have been done to facilitate some kind of prakriya, or to show some kind of common vidhi for these dhatus. So these are called antarganas. So the second drop down over here in the filters will show all possible antarganas, and you can see Jwaladi is one of them. So unlike the Nandigrahi Pachadi Gana, which were actually the ganas of pratipadikas and not the ganas of dhatus, the Jwaladi Gana is actually a Gana of Dhatus. Dhatunam Antargana asti Jwaladi Gana, Bhwadi Ganasya Antargana. So Jwaladi Gana is a small group of some 30 Dhatus inside the Bhwadi Gana. So if you select this Jwaladi Gana, you can see it's basically all the sequential Dhatus. So Panini has arranged the Dhatus in the Dhatu Patha such that the Antarganas are all placed sequentially. So this occurs like 1.965, 1.96697, and so up to 996. Some 31 dhatus are there in this Jwaladi Gana. So what is the important point or common property across all dhatus of this Jwaladi Gana? Jwaladi Ganasya sarvebhyah dhatubhyah ण इति प्रत्ययः भवति. कदा भवति? केवलम उपसर्गस्य अनुपस्थितौ भवति. So yesterday we remember that we said that some places Panini will explicitly say upasargasya upasthitau or upasargasya anupasthitau. If it does not say like that, then both of these cases are acceptable. अतः अत्र पाणिनिना स्पष्टरूपेण उक्तमस्ति ज्वलादिगणस्य धातुभ्यः उपसर्गस्य अनुपस्थितौ विकल्पेन ण प्रत्ययः भवति. अयं प्रत्ययः विकल्पेन भवति इति स्मर्तव्यम्. ज्वलादिगणः भ्वादिगणस्य अन्तर्गणः आहत्य प्रायः 30 धातवः. उदाहरणानि पश्यामः. ज्वल इति धातुः अस्ति. ज्वल प्लस् ण ज्वाल. प्रत्ययः णित् अस्ति, अतः अत उपधायाः इति उपधावृद्धिः भवति. ज्वाल. चल प्लस् ण चाल. हल प्लस् ण हाल. कुल प्लस् ण पुगन्तलघुपदस्य इति गुणः भवति. कोल. बुध प्लस् ण बोध, and so on. So ज्वलादिगणस्य धातुभ्यः उपसर्गस्य अनुपस्थितौ, अत्र कुत्रापि उपसर्गः नास्ति, उपसर्गस्य अनुपस्थितौ ण इति प्रत्ययः विकल्पेन भवति. More important point is that because this pratyaya is only given optionally, pakshe यथा योग्यम अन्यः प्रत्ययः अपि विधीयते. किं नाम यथा योग्यम? यदि कश्चन धातुः ज्वलादिगणे अस्ति परन्तु इगुपधः अस्ति, तर्हि यस्तनवर्गे अस्माभिः अधीतम् इगुपधधातुभ्यः इगुपधज्ञा प्रीकिरकः इति क प्रत्ययः भवति. अतः कुल इति धातुः अस्ति, तत्र इगुपधज्ञा प्रीकिरकः इत्यनेन क प्रत्ययः भवति. कुल इति शब्दः जायते, उपधागुणः निषिध्यते. अपि च विकल्पेन ण प्रत्ययं कृत्वा कोल इति शब्दः अपि सिद्ध्यति. अनेनैव प्रकारेण बुध इत्यस्य बोध तथा बुध रूपद्वयं सिद्ध्यति। अतः अत्र फिल्टर्स मध्ये पश्यामश्चेत् हुल इति अस्ति, कुल इति अस्ति, पुल इति अस्ति, एते सर्वे कृश अस्ति, कुच, बुध, रुह, एते सर्वे इगुपध धातवः सन्ति, क्षुर अस्ति, एतेषां सर्वेषां विषये इगुपध ज्ञाप्रीकिरकः इत्यनेन पक्षे क इति प्रत्ययः विधीयते। अतः अत्र बाध्य बाधक भावः कथं भवति तदृश्यताम्। सर्वप्रथमं प्रारंभे सर्वधातुभ्यः अज् विधिः इत्यनेन औत्सर्गिक रूपेण अच् प्रत्यये प्राप्ते तस्य संपूर्ण रूपेण बाधं कृत्वा इगुपद धातुभ्यः यथा बुध इति उदाहरणं स्वीकुर्मश्चेत् बुध धातुभ्यः अच् प्रत्ययस्य संपूर्ण रूपेण बाधं कृत्वा क प्रत्ययः भवति। तदनन्तरं च क प्रत्ययस्य विकल्पेन बाधं कृत्वा ण इति प्रत्ययः विधीयते। अतः अच् तस्य बाधनं क प्रत्ययेन, तस्य विकल्पेन बाधनं ण प्रत्ययेन इति अत्र बाध्यबाधक भावः प्रचलति। अन्ये ये धातवः सन्ति यथा चल धातु अस्ति, हल धातु अस्ति, यत्र इगुपधः वर्णः नास्ति, उपधायाम् इक् वर्णः नास्ति, तेषां विषये सर्वधातुभ्यः अज् विधिः इत्यनेन वैकल्पिकः अच् प्रत्ययः अपि शिष्टप्रयोगम् अनुसृत्य भवितुम् अर्हति। अतः ज्वल प्लस अच ज्वल, नो चेत् चल प्लस अच चल इति अपि रूपाणि सिद्ध्यन्ति। अतः अत्र बाध्यबाधक भावः कथमस्ति? सर्वधातुभ्यः अज् विधि इत्यनेन अज् प्रत्यये प्राप्ते तं विकल्पेन बाधित्वा ण इति प्रत्ययः विधीयते। एतादृशः अत्र बाध्यबाधक भावः। अत्र एकः विशेषः स्मर्तव्यः, उपसर्गस्य अनुपस्थितौ इति सम्यक् रूपेण ज्ञातव्यम्। उपसर्गः तत्र अस्ति चेत् अस्य सूत्रस्यैव प्रसक्तिः नास्ति, ण प्रत्ययः एव न विधीयते। अतः यथा योग्यं यः कोऽपि प्रत्ययः तत्र अन्यैः सूत्रैः पाठ्यते तस्य विधानं भवति। उपसर्गस्य उपस्थितौ ज्वलादिगणस्य धातुभ्यः ण प्रत्ययः एव न विधीयते, अन्ये प्रत्ययाः भवितुमर्हन्ति। प्र प्लस बुध यथा युगपद धातुभ्यः क प्रत्ययः कंपल्सरी भवति, नो चेत् ज्वल धातुभ्यः सर्वधातुभ्यः अच् विधि इत्यनेन अच् प्रत्ययः कंपल्सरी भवति, and so on. So this sutra is basically for the ण pratyaya given optionally only in absence of upasarga, only for the 30 dhatus of jwaladi gana. That's the first category. Let's go to the second one. आकारान्त धातवः। ह्यस्तनवर्गे आकारान्त धातूनां विषये उपसर्गस्य उपस्थितौ क प्रत्ययः भवति इति अस्माभिः अधीतम्। अद्य तस्य विरुद्धं रिवर्स्, उपसर्गस्य अनुपस्थितौ ण प्रत्ययः भवति। So ज्वलादिगण is also in the absence of उपसर्ग, the आकारान्त verbs is also in the absence of उपसर्ग। आकारान्त धातुभ्यः उपसर्गस्य अनुपस्थितौ ण इति प्रत्ययः भवति। दा becomes दाय, धा becomes धाय, स्था इति स्थाय। एजन्त धातवः सन्ति चेत् आदेश उपदेशेष इति आकारादेशं कृत्वा तदनन्तरं ण प्रत्ययः भवति। So remember our flow chart, आदेश उपदेशेष is all the way at the top, step number 2, before any of the pratyaya comes and sits over there. प्राकृतिक कार्य रूपेण ऐ इत्यस्य आकारादेशः क्रियते चेत् तदनन्तरम् अत्र ण एव प्रत्ययः भवितुम् अर्हति। गै प्रथमं तस्य गा इति परिवर्तनं कृत्वा गाय, स्मै अस्य स्माय, एतत् सर्वम्। अत्रापि उपसर्गस्य अनुपस्थितौ अस्ति, परन्तु अत्र विकल्पेन इति नास्ति, अत्र नित्यं कंपल्सरी प्रत्ययः भवति। ज्वलादिगणस्य विषये तु उपसर्गस्य अनुपस्थितौ तथा च विकल्पेन, अत्र उपसर्गस्य अनुपस्थितौ परन्तु नित्यम्। अतः आकारान्त धातुः अस्ति चेत् तत्र चिन्तनं करणीयम्, उपसर्गः अस्ति चेत् क प्रत्ययः, उपसर्गः न विद्यते चेत् ण प्रत्ययः। अतः उपसर्गस्य उपस्थितौ क एव प्रत्ययः भवति। अस्य उदाहरणानि ह्यस्तनवर्गे अस्माभिः अधीतानि। अस्मिन् विषये ह्यस्तनवर्गे कश्चन अपवादः अपि अस्माभिः दृष्टः। इगुपद ज्ञाप्रीकिरकः इत्यत्र ज्ञा धातोः निर्देशः कृतः अस्ति। सः निर्देशः कस्य ज्ञापकम्? ज्ञा इति एकः विशेषः धातुः, अस्य धातोः विषये सर्वदा क प्रत्ययः भवति। उपसर्गः भवेत् उत न भवेत्, तत्र सर्वदा क प्रत्ययः भवति। अतः ज्ञा धातोः विषये तु नित्यं क प्रत्ययः भवति। अनेनैव प्रकारेण अग्रे गत्वा पाघ्राध्माधेढृशः इति किञ्चन एकं सूत्रं विद्यते. So if you see this immediately next पाघ्राध्माधेढृशः इत्यनेन सूत्रेण पाघ्राध्मा इत्यस्मात् उपसर्गः विद्यते चेत् उपसर्गः न विद्यते चेत् कस्य भिन्नाः भिन्नाः अपवादाः भवितुम् अर्हन्ति. सो पाघ्राध्मा एतेभ्यः धातुभ्यः अस्य अपवादेन अन्ये प्रत्ययाः भवितुम् अर्हन्ति. So actually, Pagharadmadhet Dushashra, I think there is a mistake over here in this particular sheet. Even though it says Upasarga, it's actually Upasarga and without Upasarga, both of them. So all these are certain exceptions. We don't need to remember it. When we learn the Sha Pratyaya, we'll understand this. The only thing we need to remember is Dhnya, because we studied it yesterday. Dhnya dhatoh vishe nityam ka pratyayava vidhiyate. अन्ये आकारान्त धातवः ये सन्ति तेषां विषये उपसर्गस्य अनुपस्थितौ न प्रत्ययः उपसर्गस्य उपस्थितौ तु क प्रत्ययः. So these are the two bigger buckets. We have the Jwaladi Gana as one bucket, and we have the Akaranta Dhatus with the Upasarga as another bucket. And then now there are some small groups of dhatus here and there, 2255 dhatus, which sutras explicitly list yatra ana pratyaya bhavati. So kind of a boring part. I mean, there is no structure. He basically lists dhatu 1, dhatu 2, dhatu 3, dhatu 4. All these dhatus will get ana pratyaya. So prayogam anusrutyeva acharyena api tadrusham sutra nirmanam krutamasti. Pashyamah. So do तुदु उपतापे स्वादिगणस्य धातु अस्ति दुनोति इति भवति. तुदु उपतापे तथा च नी प्रापणे इति भ्वादिगणस्य नयते नयति इति रूपद्वयं भवति. णीय प्रापणे तथा तुदु उपतापे इति धातुद्वयं विद्यते. एतेभ्यः धातुभ्यः अनुपसर्गे ण इति प्रत्ययः भवति. दुनोति इति दावः. सो दु प्लस ण विल बिकम दाव. नी प्लस ण विल बिकम नाय. वृद्धि भवति. दुनोति इति दावः नयति इति नायः. पुनरेकवारम् अनुपसर्गे. So this pratyaya, this ण pratyaya in general is used anupasarge except for only a handful of dhatus. So anupasarge ण pratyaya bhavati. This next sentence you don't need to write every time. Upasargasya upasthito, whatever is the default. So सामान्य रूपेण सर्वधातुभ्यः अच् विधि इत्यनेन उपसर्गस्य उपस्थितौ अच् प्रत्ययः विधीयते. अतः अत्रापि उपसर्गस्य उपस्थितौ अच् प्रत्यय विधानम् इति लिखितम् अस्ति. So there is one question, I can take it and we will go ahead. So let's see this Jwaladi Gana. Where did you? So there is this Ramuk Kridayam dhatu in the Jwaladi Gana. Now because this dhatu is in the Jwaladi Gana, you can add an pratyaya and Rama plus Rana will give you Rama. And the common vyutpatti of the word Rama that you learn is basically Rama plus Ghaya, which gives Rama. So if you have learned a little bit of Subanta Prakaranam, the first word that you learn in Subanta Prakaranam is Rama. And the common vyutpatti, common derivation that people give for the word Rama is Rama plus Ghaya is equal to Rama. And here what you see is Ramukridayam, ణ pratyaya is added, Rama plus ణ will also give Rama. So the question is, what is the difference between Rama plus ణ is equal to Rama and Rama plus Ghaya is equal to Rama? The answer to this question is, the ణ pratyaya, as we can see, is applied in the kartrarthe sense to indicate the karta. So when you say Rama plus ణ is equal to Rama, it indicates the person who is enjoying Ramate saha Ramaha. On the other hand, the Ghaya pratyaya in the same word Rama, when you say Rama plus Ghaya is equal to Rama, that Ghaya pratyaya is used in the Adhikarana sense, sheet number 10. So Krudanta Prakarane Karanadhikaranaarthaha, in the Adhikarana sense, the Ghaya pratyaya is used. This sutra Halasya iti Ghaya pratyaya Adhikarane prayujyate. Ramante अन्ये जनाः अस्मिन्. So Ramante munayaha asmin saha Ramaha. So that's the derivation for the Ghaya pratyaya, which we will learn towards the end of the course in sheet number 10. For now, Rama plus na is equal to Rama, the meaning is Swayam Ramate Saha Ramaha. So the word is same. The first meaning is the person who enjoys. The second meaning is in the Adhikarana. Munayaha sadhavaha ramante asmin saha Ramaha. Very nice question. Same word with completely different interpretations. So that's the second important category, and we have some additional dhatus do and ni. Let's go ahead. Again, few more slides we have. Now it's like kind of little boring or enumeration. Basically, we have the list of dhatus. He has encoded these dhatus in the sutras, so we are just listing them. Shai, gatau iti arthaha. Vyadha, tadane iti arthaha. Liha, to lick. Aswadane iti arthaha. श्लिष आलिंगने इति धातुः श्वस टू ब्रीद प्राणने इति धातुः तन टू स्प्रेड विस्तारे इति धातु तनादिगणस्य आदिमः धातुः सो all these dhatus एतेभ्यः धातुभ्यः उपसर्गे अनुपसर्गे च ण इति प्रत्ययः भवति. So a specific list of dhatus has been given the ण pratyaya by blocking other pratyayas that might be appearing. So shai is the dhatu for which we have already seen that there will be ण pratyaya, because shai is ejanta dhatu. So it will anyway get converted to a by adecha upadesheshiti, and we've already seen the sutra earlier. Like we have already seen the description that akaranta dhatubhya upasargasya anupasthito ण iti pratyayः bhavati. अतः शै इत्यस्य धातोः विषये तु पूर्वमेव अयं प्रत्ययः उक्तः अस्ति, परन्तु सः अनुपसर्गे एव पाठितः अस्ति. अत्र उपसर्गस्य उपस्थितौ अपि अस्मात् धातोः ण प्रत्ययः भवेत् इत्यर्थम् इति निर्देशयितुम् अत्र अस्य विधानं कृतम् अस्ति. सो शै धातोः विषये पूर्वेणैव ण प्रत्यये सिद्धे पृथक् निर्देशः सोपसर्गात् अपि ण प्रत्ययविधानार्थः. Other dhatus we have examples over. So prati shai is the example for the shai dhatu. Shai will become sha, prati shai will become prati shaya. I think this is a name of some, if I am not mistaken, this is name of some respiratory disorder or something. This word appears in the Ayurveda or in the Charaka Samhita. It's related to some disorder related to breathing or nostrils. So vyadha, other dhatus, vyadha, liha, shlisha, and so on. So vyadha plus ण becomes vyadha. So very well known word. Vyadha is used for a hunter, the one who kills the birds and animals. So tadane. So tadanam karoti. Saha. No चे ताड़यति सः व्याधः इति अत्र आशयः. लिह प्लस ण लेह. श्लिष plus ण श्लेष. This is basically some kind of alankara in Sahitya Shastra. There is a question in homework on this. Yesterday it was there. So you should be able to know more about it. Shvasa plus ण श्वास. Tana plus ण तान. Understand this shvasa is different than the breath. So when you say shvasa plus ण श्वास, this is the kartrartha ण pratyay that is being attached. So somebody who is breathing is called shwasa in that particular context, in this particular context. Whereas when we say shwasa in the normal sense, the breath in that particular sense, it is a ghai pratyaya, which is used in the I think bhave sense to give shwasa. So again, same word as we saw about Rama also. Same word can be derived with different ways in different meanings. Tana plus ण becomes tana, and so on. Liha tatha shlisha. You can see over here liha and shlisha. Igupada dhatu. So both of them are igupada dhatus. So how is the badhya badaka bhava running? We have sarva dhatubhyaha achvidhihi, that is blocked by igupada jnapri kirakkaha, that is further blocked by ण pratyaya by this sutra shyad vyadha srusam sravati navasa vavruliha shleshashvasascha. So anena ण pratyaya bhavati. Somebody is saying pratishyaya is common cold. So thank you for pointing out. So it's name of some disorder, common cold. Let me just go through another message. So somebody is saying there is a similar definition, Ramante Yoginaha, and a similar definition in the Padma Purana for Rama. So Ramante Yoginaha iti Ramaha is actually a very well-known derivation. I mean, anybody who starts the Subanta Prakaranam of even Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi, forget about like Siddhanta Kaumudi or complex granthas. Even if you start the Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi Subanta Prakaranam, the first thing you will learn is Rama. And for Arthavada Dhatura Pratyaya Pratipadikam Sutra, there are two pakshas that they will discuss, the Vyutpatti Paksha and Avyutpatti Paksha. And in the Vyutpatti Paksha, the Rama word is shown to be derived using Ramante Yogina Asmin Ghai Pratyanta Shabda Rama. This is a pretty common derivation. But Rana Pratyanta word is also Rama, as we studied right now. There is one more slide, and that's it. So a few more dhatus again. Ang upasarga purvaka sru. So now it is becoming more and more, concentrated or more and more niche. Earlier there were just a set of dhatus. Now here is a set of dhatus with a particular upasarga. So, I mean, Panini is not fond of making such complex rules. We have to understand that prayoga sharanaha vayyakaranaha, these prayogas are there in the language and a structure is being imposed in the grammar. So, yes, these sutras, I mean, when we look at the sutras, they will somehow appear boring because it's like just a list of words iterating one after the other. But that's how he's basically trying to capture the structure of the language. Ang plus sru, sama plus sru, ati plus ina. Meanings are all same everywhere. Gatau iti artha asti. Ava plus sai, kshaye iti bhadiganasya dhatuh. Ava plus ru, harane bhadiganasya dhatuh. Etebhya dhatubhya nirdishtasya upasargasya upasthitau. So whatever upasarga has been told over here, nirdishtasya upasargasya upasthitau na iti pratyaya bhavati. So ang plus ru plus na asrava, sama plus ru plus na samsrava, ati plus in plus na. So e is the dhatu, na is the samyak in the dhatu. So even if you say ina, we write e. So ati, ina, atyaya, avasaya, avahara, and so on. Etani kanichana udharanani. Finally, two more dhatus, and then we are done. Only then we will directly jump to the sutras. So prathamaha dhatuhu bhusattayam iti dhatuhu तथा च नवमगणस्य ग्रह उपादाने इति धातुः एतेभ्यः विकल्पेन ण इति प्रत्ययः भवति. So bhu and grah will get an pratyaya. Bhu plus ण will give bhav. Grah plus ण will give grah. पक्षे सर्वधातुभ्यः अच विधि इति अच प्रत्ययः अपि भवितुम् अर्हति. So sarvadhatubhya ach vidhi is always a fallback for all the pratyayas which sound like a. So ach pratyaya reduces to a. So all other pratyayas like sha pratyaya, na pratyaya, ka pratyaya, ete sarve etesham sarvesham drishya rupam a iti asti. अतः एतेषु कश्चन प्रत्ययः विकल्पेन भवति इति वदामश्चेत् पक्षे अच. You can always write it down. Obviously the actual application of acha pratyaya is restricted or is gated by the shishta prayoga asti chedeva ach pratyase prayoga karaniya parantu pakshe bhavitum arhati iti avashyam vaktum shakyate. So pakshe acha bhav or graha. ह्यस्तन वर्गे ग्रह धातोः विषये कश्चन विशेषः अस्माभिः अधीतः तदपि स्मारयामि. सः विशेषः अपि इदानीं स्मर्यते. गृहम् इति अर्थः नो चेत् गृहम् इति शब्दः यत्र साधनीयः तत्र ग्रह धातोः क इति प्रत्ययः भवति. सो सामान्य रूपेण ग्रह धातोः ण प्रत्ययः. I can actually show the sutras and it will be pretty easy. सामान्य रूपेण विभाषा ग्रहः इत्यनेन ग्रह धातोः ण प्रत्ययः भवति. परन्तु गेहे कः इति immediately next सूत्र अग्रिमं सूत्रं गृह इति शब्दः साध इति शब्दं साधयितुं ग्रह धातोः क इति प्रत्ययः विधीयते. So somebody is asking, is the word vyavasaya derived like this? The answer is no, because see, understand one very important thing we need to understand over here is this pratyay is used in the kartarthe sense, not in any other sense. So when we say ava plus sai becomes avasaya, it is the actual entity that is undergoing a reduction which will be called avasaya, or avahara is the person who is stealing something, that is called avahara. Atra kartarthe pratyaya bhavati. So the question was, is the vyavasaya word being derived like this? The answer is no, because vyavasaya first of all is v plus something, so you do not have the na pratyaya over here. And even if assuming there was some such construct and na pratyaya was obtained, vyavasaya is not the kartartha sense that it is used in the normal language. So it is basically a bhava or a karma or something. So an altogether different pratyaya will be applicable over there. This particular pratyaya, kana, sha, ach, anvul, truch, all these, rini, all these are kartarthe pratyayas. So that is the reason the vritti is very important. Look at the word, try to construct the vritti first. Only when you are able to construct the vritti, go to the pratyaya. Randomly looking at the pratyaya and trying to make the prakriya will not work in case of krudantas. For example, Rama, we saw a very beautiful example earlier. Two different vrittis and two different derivations giving the same word. So we have to be very careful about what vritti is and what pratyaya is being applied over there. Astu, agre gacchamaha. Let's take a quick look at the sutras. Prakriya. Before we go to the sutras, let's take a look at the quick look at the prakriya. Swana pratyaya, ardhadhatuka pratyaya, sh is not there. Ajadi pratyaya, nita pratyaya. We have seen anvula pratyaya, we have seen ini pratyaya. So we exactly know what it means to be nita pratyaya. On this single page, I'll list some important aspects of the prakriya. So nitvat vruddhikaryam bhavati, achoniti ataupadhayaha. An important exception of this ata upadhayaha is naudattopadeshasya mantasya nachamehe. So if the dhatu ends in a makara and it is udattopadesha, then you do not get a vruddhi. So understand, first of all, this ana pratyay is restricted to a small set of dhatus. Let's say the jwaladi gana. Now in this jwaladi gana, find out a dhatu which ends in a makara and which is set. So basically udattopadesha and which is set. So you can see there is vama dhatu over here which is set, and there is a brahma dhatu over there which is also set. Otherwise there are no dhatus in this list which are makaranta. Or you can apply more than one filter. So you have already selected the jwaladi filter, you go to the antya varna and you select the makaranta varna over there. So there are three dhatus, vama, brahma, rama, out of which rama is anit. So it is anudattopadesha. So we don't talk about it. It's basically the udattopadesha. Na udattopadeshasya mantasya nachamehe. So the udattopadesha dhatus are vama and brahma. I explicitly showed this because this is how the filters have to be used one along with the other to get an exact understanding of where a particular exception will appear. So अत्र वम तथा भ्रम एतौ द्वौ धातु ण प्रत्ययः विधीयते, परन्तु एतयोः विषये किं भवति, न उदात्तोपदेशस्य मान्तस्य अनाचमेः इति उपधावृद्धेः निषेधः भवति. Let's take a look one by one because there is something special with both of them. So let's take a look at the brahma dhatu first. न उदात्तोपदेशस्य मान्तस्य अनाचमेः इति भ्रम धातोः उपधावृद्धि निषेधः भवति. भ्रमति इति भ्रमः, भ्रामः इति न भवति, भ्रमति इति भ्रमः. Brahma plus Rana will give Brahma. Now there is a question. Why are we giving the Rana pratyay to Brahma? The Rana pratyay was actually required for the Upadha Vruddhi, but by no dhatu padeshasya mantasya anachamehe, you are anyway not getting Upadha Vruddhi. So you as well get rid of the Brahma dhatu from the Jwaladi Gana. Brahma dhatoho Jwaladi Gane kimartham sthapana kriyate. ज्वलादिगणे भ्रमधातुः न विद्यते चेदपि सर्वधातुभ्यः अज्विधिः इत्यनेन भ्रमधातोः अच् प्रत्ययं कृत्वा अन्ते भ्रमः इत्येव रूपं भवेत्. तत्र स्वर विधानमपि समानमेव अस्ति. So ण or ch are not specifically used in any particular swara context. I will not go in the details, but they take my words for it that the ण and ch, there is no big swara difference over there. So whether you apply the na pratyaya or whether you apply the default ach pratyaya, it's eventually the same form brahmaha, because the speciality of the na pratyaya, the upadha vritti, has been blocked because of this particular sutra नोदात्तोपदेशस्य अतः भ्रम इति धातुः ज्वलादिगणे किमर्थम् इति प्रश्नः अनेन ज्वलादौ अस्य पाठः निष्फलः useless can get rid of it from the ज्वलादिगण iti kechana. Some people say that because of this there is no reason to have brahma dhatu in the ज्वलादिगण वस्तुतस्तु ज्वलादि पाठ सामर्थ्यात् न ह्रस्वः इति केचन. Some other experts argue that the very fact that this is in the ज्वलादि gana means that for this particular ana pratyaya we must get upadha vruddhi giving rise to brahma. So they are saying ज्वलादि पाठ सामर्थ्यात्. They are basically saying that Panini is definitely smart enough. If he only constructed this particular sutra, so he knew that Brahma Dhatu, if he places in the Jvaladi Gana and wants to add an pratyaya on it, anyway the Upadha Vruddhi will not happen. But still he has placed it in the Jvaladi Gana. Why? Because he wants an Upadha Vruddhi over there. So Vastutastu Jvaladi Patha Samarthyat Narhasvaha Ityukte Brahma Ityeva Tatra Rupam Bhavati iti kechana panditaha. So there is a argument, I mean difference of opinions. Some people say Brahmaha, some people say Brahmaha. Both these arguments are backed by instances in the literature. So if there are no instances in the literature, these arguments are all futile. But as we understand, the individual people back their arguments by individual instances in the literature. There is also more room for discussion, like these manuscripts, maybe there is a spelling mistake or maybe whatever, there are different types of manuscripts written and so on. So we will not go in the details on which paksha is correct and which paksha is wrong. Basically, some people say the correct form is Brahmatiti Brahmaha and Brahmadhatu should not be in the Jwaladigana. So that's one argument. The second argument is Jwaladi Patha Samarthyat Brahmatiti Brahmaha Ityeva Bhavati. So that's about the Brahmadhatu. What about the Vama Dhatu? Remember, there is a Vartika that we have studied along with this Nodattopadeshasya Sutta. Anachami kami vaminam iti vaktavyam. So, achama, kama, and vama, these three dhatus will always get the upadha vruddhi. Anachami kami vaminam iti vaktavyam. So, chama dhatu along with the ang upasarga, the vama dhatu, and the kama dhatu, these three dhatus in general, nothing to do with jwaladigana or nothing to do with na pratyaya. These three dhatus, even though they are udattopadesha and even they are makaranta, they will always get the upadha vruddhi. So that anachamehe is given by Panini himself, and that anachamehe is expanded into anachami kami vaminam iti vaktavyam. So Vartikakara adds two more dhatus, kama and vama, in that particular list, and anachami kaminam iti vaktavyam iti vartikena atra tu upadha vruddhi bhavatyeva atah vamati iti vamaha iti uchyate. So the only debate is for that brahma dhatu. For vama, everybody agrees that there should be upadha vruddhi. And one last ऋणित कार्य आतो युक्षिण कृतोः इति युगागमः ऋत् प्रत्ययः अस्ति चेत् आकारान्त धातोः युक् इति आगमः भवति. कित्वात् आद्यन्तौ टकितौ इति अन्त्यावयवः स्था प्लस् ण इति स्था प्लस् युक् प्लस् अ स्थाय इति सिद्ध्यति. There is nothing else. I mean, the major part of the prakriya is written over here. All other prakriya, you know, you have to follow it based on the flow chart. ऋणुवल् प्रत्ययवदेव अत्र रूपाणि भवितुम् अर्हन्ति. Let's take the sutras and then we should stop. Like four sutras are there. Let's start with the first one. Jwalitika santebhyo naha. Let's see the location of the sutra. So see, we have studied Igupadadnya Prikirakaha Atashopasarge. Then we skip a few sutras for the Sha Pratyaya. And now we are over here. Jwalitika santebhyo naha. ज्वलादिगणस्य धातुभ्यः प्रायः 30 धातवः सन्ति. उपसर्गस्य अनुपस्थितौ विकल्पेन ण प्रत्ययः भवति. उपसर्गस्य अनुपस्थितौ इति किमर्थम्? अत्र अनुपसर्गात् इति पूर्वस्मिन् सूत्रे शब्दः विद्यते. सः अत्र अग्रे अनुवृत्तिरूपेण आगच्छति, अनुवर्त्यते. ज्वलितिकसन्तेभ्यो णः इत्यत्र ज्वलादिगणस्य धातुभ्यः विकल्पेन उपसर्गस्य अनुपस्थितौ ण प्रत्ययः भवति. विकल्पेन इति किमर्थम्? once go back, there is a vibhasha in the previous sutram, dadati dadatyor vibhasha, tasya anuvartanam krutva, jwaliti kasantebhyah anupasargat vibhashanaha iti sampurnam sutram. Kashikam pashyamaha iti shabdaha adyarthaha. Understand this. This is a very peculiar, very non-conventional way Panini has created this sutra. Not people, I mean, commentaries have not commented it much, but look at the sutra construction. He says jwaliti kasantebhyo. This is an instance where Panini is specifying the gana by giving the first dhatu and the last dhatu of the gana. This is not common. He will basically give a gana by saying first dhatu and giving adi. So for example, sarvadini sarvanamani or chadayo satve. The general norm is that Panini gives the first entry in that particular gana and just say adi, vachiswapi yajadinam kiti. But this is a very unique situation. No particular reason, I mean, at least commentaries have not written anything about it. But he says the first dhatu, jwaliti, starting from jwala, kasantebhyaha, all the way till the kasa dhatu. So if you go, let's remove that makar filter. So we go back to the jwaladi gana. The first dhatu over here is jwala, and the last dhatu over here is kasa. So jwaliti kasantebhyo, jwal iti kasantebhyaha iti shabdaha adyarthaha. The word used in the sutra is iti, but the meaning of that word is adi, beginning. Jwaladi kasanta. So basically this particular gana, some people refer to it as a jwaladi gana, some other people refer to it as a kasanta gana. Two different names of the same gana means the same thing. Probably he knew that there are different groups of people. Some say Jwaladi and some say Kasanta. So he may have included both the names. I mean, this is my guess. There is no explanation about this anywhere in the commentaries. So he included both the names, the starting point and the ending point. Jwaliti Kasante Bhyonaha. This is important to understand because this is not two ganas. Like Nandi Gruhi Pachadibhyo is three different ganas. But here, Jwaliti Kasanta is a single gana delimited by the Jwala on one side and Kasa on another side. Iti Shabdaha Adyarthaha, the word iti is used to indicate the beginning, and then there is a word anta to indicate the anta. So iti Shabdaha Adyarthaha, Jwala Deeptau Ityevam Adibhyaha Dhatubhyaha, Kasagatau Ityevam Antebhyaha, विभाषाण प्रत्ययः भवति अचोपवादः. ज्वालः, ज्वलः, चालः, चलः, and so on. Anupasargadityeva. So I have explained all this so we can run. Anupasargadityeva prajwalah. Tatra vartikakarena vartikam ekam pathitam tanote henasya upasankhyanam kartavyam. So ava plus tana, tana iti dhatuhu asti. We have seen this in one of the previous slides. Here, tana vistare. Tana iti dhatu asti, tasya upasankhyanam kartavyam. Basically, you include that tana dhatu for the na pratyaya. Tanotehe nasya upasankhyanam kartavyam. The example given is avatanoti iti avatanaha. So is used in the along with the upasarga. So even if this upasargasya anupasthitav is there, that upasargasya anupasthitav is only for the jwaladi gana. For tana, it's upasarga or no upasarga. And the example given is avatanoti iti avatanaha. So kaumudi iti shabdaha adyarthaha jwaladibhya kasantebhyana syad va vikalpena pakshe ach jwalaha jwalaha chalaha chalaha anupasargadityeva ujwalaha immediately makes clear utta plus jwala iti asti chet ach pratyaya eva bhavati anupasargadityeva ujwalaha tanotehe upasankhyanam iha anupasargat iti vibhasha iti cha na sambadhyate. So this tanotehe upasankhyanam is compulsory. Tana dhatu gets a na pratyaya. Whether it is upasarga, anupasarga, you don't care. Whether it is optional, no, it's not optional. It is compulsory. So iha upasargat iti vibhasha iti cha na sambadhyate avatanoti iti avatanaha. And one quick line in Bala Manorama basically to explain this jwaliti kasantebhyo business. So jwala iti adihi yesham te jwalitayah te chate kasantascha iti jwaliti kasantaha tebhyah iti vigraha. Jwaliti, this show is misprinted. Jwaliti kasantaha tebhyah iti vigraha ज्वलदीप्तौ इत्यारभ्य कसगतौ इत्येवम् antebhyah ityarthah. So that's the first sutra in the list, Jwaliti kasantebhyo nah. Agrimam sutram pashyamah. Very simple actually, list of entries, list of dhatus. There's a nice question over here. So can we derive like avatanoti iti avatanoti iti avatanaha? Can we also have santanoti iti santanaha? Oh, that's a very good question. Yes, probably santanoti, the one who expands your kula, the one who expands your family or expands your family tree, will be called santana. Again, the word perfectly fits. Tana is to spread or to expand, to propagate. Santanoti iti santanaha iti api atra arthah Vyutpatti bhavitum arhati. Nice question. So the second one, as I was talking, big sutra, but there is nothing. It's just basically list of dhatus. Shad vyadhasru samsravatina vasa vavruliha shlisha shwasascha. I've explained the vigraha. Sha at. So shat becomes sha at vyadha. So at is a single word which captures all the akaranta dhatus. Sha is a single dhatu which is basically shai. Then there is at, which is akar, all the akar, the entire group of akaranta dhatus. And then individual dhatus are there. So vyadha. So that's the shad vyadha. Asru samsru. So this is upasarga plus dhatu together. Asru samsru. Samsru and atina. So ati plus ina. Ina is the dhatu. Ati is the upasarga. Atina upasarga. Atina. Avasa. Avavru. So again, avasa and avavru. Avasai iti atra dhatu asti. So avasa has been converted into akara. Avasa. Avavru. Liha, Shlisha, Shwasaha, Cha. So Shad Vyadhasru Samsravati Navasa Vavruliha Shlisha Shwasascha. Basically a list of a list of dhatus. Commentary should be straightforward. Anupasargaditi Vibhasha iti cha nivrittam. So basically we are not talking about Anupasarga, Vibhasha and so on. He needs to say this. Please understand the sequence and then it will be clear. Till Jwaliti Kasantebhyo Naha Anupasargad was coming, Vibhasha was coming. So Jwaliti Kasantebhyaha Anupasargad Vibhasha Naha iti Purnam Sutram Sampurnam Sutram. So that Anupasargad and that Vibhasha is no more to be carried ahead. So he says Anupasargad iti Vibhasha iti Chanivrittam Shaingaha Akarantebhyaha Dhatubhyaha Vyadha Asru Samsru Atina Avasav Avavru. So this ava plus ru. Liha, shlisha, shwasa, ityetebhyah na iti pratyayah bhavati. Let's take a look at the list one last time. Shain, so shai, akaranta dhatus, vyadha, single dhatu, then a bunch of dhatus with the upasarga. A plus sru, sama plus sru, ati plus ina, ava plus sai, that is becoming sa, ava plus ru, and again a bunch of dhatus without upasarga. Liha, shlisha, shwasa. Ityetebhyah na iti pratyayah bhavati. Akarantatvat shayatehe pratyaye siddhe punarvachanam badhakartham. So sha is a dhatu which already has got an pratyaya because it was akaranta. So at will anyway give the pratyaya immediately next word. So there was no reason to specify the sha again, but it is added because it will be upasarga, anupasarga both. what is happening for the akaranta dhatus? For the akaranta dhatus, even if this sutra gives the na pratyaya always or everywhere, the ka pratyaya will block the na pratyaya in presence of upasarga. So understand this. The way Panini has written this sutra is step number 1. He says sarvebhyah akaranta dhatubhyah sarvatra na pratyaya bhavati upasarge anupasarge cha na pratyaya bhavati. So that's the utsarga. What is the apavada on the top of it? He says, hold on. If there is upasarga, let me give you a special rule. Upasargaha asti chet ka eva bhavati. So सामान्य रूपेण न प्रत्ययः उपसर्गः अस्ति चेत् क प्रत्ययः. So the question is सामान्य रूपेण आकारान्त धातुभ्यः न प्रत्यये प्राप्ते पुनः श्या इति आकारान्तः एव धातुः नो चेत् आकारान्तमेव रूपं किमर्थं स्थापितम्? So the answer is आत् इत्यनेन एव सिद्धे शा इति अत्र निर्देशः that next ka which will be told should not be applicable. You have to use rana. That's why I'm explicitly telling you the sha dhatu over here is what Panini says. So akarantatvadeva shyayatehe pratyaye siddhe punarvachanam badhaka badhanartham. The blocker is now blocked. Badhaka badhyate. Badhakaha badhyate. Badhaka badhanartham उपसर्गे कम बाधित्वा अयमेव इत्युक्ते न प्रत्ययः एव भवति. Immediately gives examples of shyayaha, pratishayaha, and so on. Dayaha, dhayaha, these are the examples of the akaranta words. Vyadha becomes vyadhaha, asrava, samsrava, keeps on giving examples in sequence. Atyaya, avasaya, avahara, liha becomes leha, shlisha becomes shlesha, shvasa becomes shvasa, and so on. Let's read Kaumudi. Shaing prabhrutibhyo nityam manah syat. Shaingaha avasyate avasyatehe ch adantadev siddhe pruthaggrahanam upasarge kam badhitum. So he says there are two actually such dhatu. Sha is there and there is this avasa which is basically sai becoming sa. So that's also akaranta. So the same discussion that you did for sha can be applicable for sa also. So shaingaha avasyatehe cha. For both these dhatus adantvat siddhe pruthaggrahanam उपसर्गे कम बाधितुम अवश्यायः pratishyayah. These are the udharan. These are the examples. Udaharanani. Kam badhitum is not a question over here. I mean, to whom you have to block. That's not what is he saying. Kam pratyayam badhitum iti arthah asti. So he is not asking a question. Pruthagranam upasarge kam badhitum iti nasti. Upasarge kam iti pratyayam badhitum iti asti. Avashyayah, pratishyayah. Akarantasya udaharanani. Dayaha, dhayaha. Vyadha dhatoho, vyadhaha, and so on. Same set of examples that are there in Kashika are now repeated over here in Kaumudi. Let's go ahead. Actually, there is a comment over here. Let's go to Ganapatha. The comment says all other upaganas like Yajadi Gana occur at the end of the main Gana. So Panini does not have to mention the last dhatu. Okay, I did not know this. So what he's saying is basically all other ganas are listed all the way at the end. Not sure. I mean, I have not done research for all these ganas. Doesn't look like this. So for example, if you go to Kutadi Gana, is it all the way at the end? Probably it's all the way at the end of 6th Gana. I don't know. I mean, we have to see this. There are so many Antarganas over here, whereas there are only 10 top level Ganas. So maybe it's true that all these ganas are stacked all the way at the end, whatever. But there is some observation that somebody pointed, so I just read it down, that other upaganas are at the end of their main gana, so Panini does not have to mention the last dhatu. Probably I have not studied that particular thing. Okay, agre gacchamaha. The next sutra, dunyor anupasarge. So let's take a quick look. We had jwalitika sante bhyonaha. Then this was shad vyadhasru. The next one is dunyor anupasarge. Simple, only two dhatus, du and ni. Dunyor anupasarge. Du and ni anupasarge. So dunotehe nayatehe cha anupasargena pratyayah bhavati. The du dhatu and the ni dhatu will get an pratyaya. We have seen this if you go few slides ago. I just let me show so that it fits in the brain for once for all. So here on the second pratyaya two, here we studied these two, du and ni. So to du upatape and ni prapane. So that was we were talking about dunyor anupasarge. Dunotehe nayatehe cha anupasargena pratyaya bhavati. The du dhatu is from the fifth gana dunoti iti davaha. Ni dhatu is from the bhwadi gana nayati iti nayaha. Anupasarge iti kim anyatra ach pratyaya. So we all now know this. Pradavaha, pranayaha, and so on. Kaumudi has an interesting explanation about this. Before we read that, let's take a look at the dhatu patha and let's take a look at this du dhatu. So there are actually two. Oh, why is this so many? Okay, there are two basically du dhatus in this particular list. Let's say du. We have du gatau, which is in the bhwadi gana, and we have tudu upatape, which is in the swadi gana. Take a look at this list. We have du gatau. There are only two du dhatus in Ashtadhyayi. We have in dhatu pata, we have du gatau bhwadi gana and du upatape in the divadi gana, in the swadi gana. Out of these two, the Dunyor Anupasarge Sutra is only applicable for Du Upatape. So to Du Upatape, we saw that earlier. Du Gatau, this sutra is not applicable, which means the Na Pratyaya is not to be attached for Du Gatau. It will be attached, the Ach Pratyaya by default will be attached to Du Gatau, whereas for to Du Upatape, the Na Pratyaya will be attached. Now the question is, how do we know? Panini has not specified this, that this should be only the swadi gana du dhatu. So is there some logical argument with which we can conclude that it should be the du upatape only and du gatau, not du gatau but du upatape? So Kaumudi gives some kind of logic. I will not justify or I will not claim that it is very strong enough, but he gives some logic. I'll just explain what he gives. So he says, first he explains the sutra na syad dunotiti davaha, and then he says, look at the sutra. The sutra has two dhatus, du and ni. The ni dhatu in the aupadeshika form is niya. So if you see this ni dhatu in the aupadeshika form, there is only one ni dhatu in Ashtadhyayi. So for ni dhatu there is no confusion. But he says, look at this ni dhatu. Ni dhatu comes with the itsamyaka letter nyakara. णीय इति itsamyak varnena sah tatra dhatoh vidhanam kritamasti. So when Panini specifies two dhatus together, it is compulsory that these dhatus will share some common characteristics. And what is the common characteristics? Because the ni dhatu comes along with some kind of itsamyaka letter, we should only take that du dhatu which comes along with some kind of itsamyaka letter. Understand this. This is the argument put forth by Bhattoji Dikshita. Before you start judging this argument, understand this argument. He says du and ni are two dhatus in the same sutra. Ni is only one. There is no question. But du, there are two dhatus, one in the bhwadigana and one in the swadigana, and we have a question which one to pick. He says, look at the sutra. The sutra has a ni dhatu. Ni is in the aupadeshika form. It has anubandha. This is an indication that the du dhatu that Panini wants should also be the du dhatu which has anubandha. Now, if you go to the list of du dhatus, one du dhatu which is in the bhwadigana does not have anubandha. The second dhatu in the swadigana has an anubandha called tu. Adiritudabaha iti itsamnyakaha varnaha asti. Itsamnyakam aksharam. So, tu du is one which has itsamnyaka letter. The du alone has no itsamnyaka letter, and therefore by the sahacharya, by the mere fact that both of them are placed together, only the second du will be considered in this particular sutra, not the first du. Kimartham? Itsamyaka varnasya sahacharyam. नी धातुना सह इत्सम्यकवर्णः अस्ति, अतः सः दू धातुः स्वीक्रियते यत्र औपदेशिक अवस्थायाम् इत्सम्यकवर्णः अस्ति. So he says नी साहचर्यात् सानुबन्धात् दुनोतेः एवणः. Which do dhatu we have to take? The one which comes with the anubandha, which is in the fifth gana. So he says dunotehe. He uses the fifth gana vikaranam. Dunotehe evanaha. Davatehe. What about the other du dhatu? It is in the bhadi gana. It is not included over here. So what happens? Fall back. Sarvadhatubhya achvidhihi. Davatehe tu pachadyacha. So davaha. See how beautifully he explains this. The du dhatu present in this particular sutam gets an pratyaya giving davaha. This du dhatu is from the panchama gana, swadi gana, whereas the du dhatu which does not have any anubandha in it, the single du dhatu from the bhadi gana will continue to get the acha pratyaya. So dunoti iti davaha, parantu davatehe tu pachadya cha davaha. And then nayati iti nayaha. Ni dhatu, there is no debate. There is no question. There is only single ni dhatu. So nayati iti nayaha. Anupasarge iti kim? Upasarge tu ach pratyaya eva pradavaha pranayaha and so on. Let's look at this particular logic in Bala Manorama. Dava Shabdam Sadhaitum Aha. So we beautifully captured this particular first line. It captures the essence. Why does Siddhanta Kaumadikara, why does Bhattoji Dikshita invent such a weird logic that one dhatu has anubandha, so the second one must have an anubandha and so on? This logic is invented because prayoga sharanaha vayyakaranaha. There is a word called dava in the language which we have to justify. If you say both the du dhatus sit in this sutra, both the du dhatus get the na pratyaya, then the dava word which is there in the prayoga will not be justified. We have to justify the existing word. So dava shabdam sadhayitum ah. He gives some interesting trick by which the dava word can also be justified and the dava word can also be justified. Dava shabdam sadhayitum ah ni sahacharya. So ni sahacharya, this particular piece of logic, some people might think it is interesting, some people might think it is too much overstretched, whatever. This particular piece of logic, dava shabdam sadhaitum niyadhatuhu sanubandhakaha tat sahacharyat tu du upatape iti स्वादिगणस्थादेव ण प्रत्ययः इत्यर्थः दवतेः तु इति दु गतौ इति भौवादिकः धातुः. So Dhatu Patha says du dhru gatau. So he writes du dhru gatau. Dhru has nothing to do in this particular discussion. So du gatau iti bhavadikat niranubandhakat. The one which does not have an anubandha. Pachadi ach iti ach pratyaha eva bhavati. So there is a very interesting question somebody has asked, and I want to take this. Uh, the question is this. So can this particular logic which Bhattoji Dikshita has given, can this particular logic be justified by saying, uttarottaram munitrayam pramanam? So basically we say that the later occurring grammaticians get more weightage as compared to previous occurring grammaticians. Can and therefore whatever Kashika says gets superseded by whatever Bhattoji Dikshita says, and whatever Bhattoji Dikshita says gets superseded by whatever Nagesha says. So basically, can you argue that this logic is correct because the uttarottaram baliyan, so basically pramanam, basically uttaram pramanam, so the later occurring grammaticians are considered more authentic than the previous ones? The answer is actually no. The phrase munitrayam uttarottaram pramanam or whatever stops at munitrayam. What is munitrayam? Vakyakaram vararuchim bhashyakaram patanjalim paninim sutrakaram. So you start with Panini. That Panini's statements can be overridden by Vartikakara, which can be overridden by Mahabhashya, and then stop. Any other person is not expected or not authorized to come up and say that Panini said something, but I think this idea is there, and because I am a more recent grammatician, this is to be accepted. No. So whether it is Kashika, whether it is Kaumudi, whether it is Nagesha, You are not allowed to deviate from what the Bhashyakara says. Bhashyavakyam sampurna rupena pramanam. Bhashya pramanakaha vayam is what we say. So what is Dikshita doing over here? He is not using his own, ways to argue with what Panini is saying. He is basically giving a simple logic to understand the meaning of the sutram. So this particular logic, even if you do not see it in Kashika, you do not see it written in Mahabhashya or whatever, it does not mean that this is, contradicting the existing sutra or whatever. Panini is, Bhattoji Dikshita is giving his own way of explaining the same sutra. He is not inventing anything, or he is not saying that Panini's sutra is wrong without support from Bhashyakara and so on. And he does this at multiple different places. For example, very well-known sutra, Akassavarane Dirghaha. Bhattoji Dikshita rewrites this sutra. He says, Akoki Ityeva Swacham, Akoki Dirgha Ityeva Swacham. So he says there is no need to write such a big sutra called Akassavarane Dirghaha. You can just have a separate small Akoki Dirgha or something. You can have that particular sutra. Or even in Halantyam Sutra, the very first sutra, he tries to interpret the sutra in two different ways to break that particular cycle, Anyonyashaya. So all these are simply tricks which are there to understand the material. He is not trying to construct the grammar. He is not trying to defeat or defend, or object what Panini is saying. And he definitely shouldn't be considered the pramana in that particular sense. We can definitely say that he is, a scholar, and he has written something, so that argument has a weightage, but that weightage is to be evaluated in terms of like what Bhashya has said. So Bhashyakara says something, and therefore this particular statement of Bhattoji Dikshita makes sense. These are the arguments we can definitely make for Bhattoji Dikshita, for Kaiyata, for Nagesha, and so on. So Uttarottaram Pramanam stops at Mahabhashyam, stops at Patanjali. You should not extend that to anywhere else in the further parampara. Okay, Agre Gachamaha. We are almost ending the time. One last sutra, I think, and we will stop. Vibhasha Graha. I thought we will end the class today quickly, but that doesn't seem to happen. Vibhasha Graha. So the last sutram over here, Dunyor Anupasarge, Vibhasha Graha. विभाषा ग्रहेः धातोः ण प्रत्ययः भवति. सो सिंगल धातु ग्रह इति धातुः विकल्पेन ण इति प्रत्ययः भवति. अचः अपवादः, परन्तु वैकल्पिकः अपवादः ग्राहः स्लैश ग्रहः. अच प्रत्यय और ण प्रत्यय. ग्राहः ग्रहः. व्यवस्थित विभाषा च इयम्. What is Vyavasthita Vibhasha? I think some have already explained this in past, but let's maybe many days ago. So let's take a quick understanding of what is Vyavasthita Vibhasha. Vyavasthita Vibhasha is a Vibhasha, but the choice of that option is not left to the end user. So Panini decides that, or say the Shishta Prayoga decides that, one option is for these words and second option is for these words. So when we in general say Vibhasha, it is an option. It is up to you. So when we say Vibhasha na pratyaya bhavati in general, we can say you can apply the na pratyaya or you can apply the ach pratyaya. So that is correct for Vibhasha. But it is not you can apply na or you can apply ach. Shishtas will decide where to apply na and where to apply ach, and we follow that. That's called Vyavasthita Vibhasha. Vyavastha is arrangement, order, organization, grouping. So vyavastham karayitum ya vibhasha kriyate sa vyavasthita vibhasha. In order to create a proper order or arrangement of the words which resonates with the language, the vibhasha is being created. So he says vyavasthita vibhasha cha iyam, which means it is vibhasha, but I will tell you where it is na and where it is ach. Don't use your brains. So vyavasthita vibhasha cha iyam. So jalachare nityam grahaha. So even though the graha word gets a na pratyaya optionally, that option is what I am going to tell you is what the commentator is saying. Don't decide where na and where ach comes. So if you want to indicate a word like jalachara, a water animal, the animal in the water. So jalacharasya nirdeshartham nityamana pratyaya krute grahaha. Jyotishi, to indicate a planet in the sky. Jyoti means a planetary object. To indicate a planetary object, it is always acha. Graha. Somebody was asking in yesterday's class. Graha word for planet is derived over here. सो विभाषा ग्रहः इति सूत्रेण ग्रह तथा ग्राह इति रूपद्वयं सिद्ध्यति। ग्रह इत्यत्र अच् प्रत्ययः अस्ति, ग्राह इत्यत्र ण प्रत्ययः अस्ति, उभयत्र व्यवस्थित विभाषा अस्ति इत्युक्ते यत्र शिष्टैः उच्यते तत्र ण प्रत्ययः, यत्र शिष्टैः उच्यते तत्र अप्रत्ययः। सो जलचरस्य विषयेण प्रत्ययः, ज्योतिषी प्लैनेट इत्यस्य विषये अप्रत्ययः। अतः जलचरे नित्यं ग्राहः, ज्योतिषी नेष्यते तत्र ग्रहः। And then Kashika makes this particular Vartika bhavatehe iti vaktavyam. And I'm saying Kashika makes because Kaumudi doesn't justify it. Kaumudi also says bhavatehe iti Kashika. So Kashika Kara brings in some Vartika from somewhere that Bhu Dhatu will also get the Na Pratyaya optionally. So Vibhasha iti Na Pratyaha Vikalpena Bhu Dhatoho Vishay Bhavati. He doesn't say Vyavasthita Vibhasha for Bhu. So we can assume that this is a normal Vibhasha. I mean, Vyavasthita Vibhasha is a very special case. Vyakyanas has to say that it is a Vyavasthita Vibhasha. So भवतेः इति वक्तव्यं सामान्य रूपेण विभाषा अस्ति भवति इति भावः और भवः. Before we go to the Kaumudi, one thing I remember that if you have studied Naveti Vibhasha Sutram, there are three types of Vibhashas. There is a Prapta Vibhasha, there is Aprapta Vibhasha, and there is Ubhaya Vibhasha. I mean, if you have studied it, you definitely know these three words. Do not confuse these with Vyavasthita Vibhasha. So Vyavasthita Vibhasha is something completely different. Prapta Vibhasha, Aprapta Vibhasha, and Ubhaya Vibhasha are completely different. So these three classifications, Prapta, Aprapta, and Ubhaya, are actually well-known classifications, but not the Vyavasthita Vibhasha. That's like kind of a loophole in the system. Only Vyakhyanato Vishesha Pratipattihi. So Kaumudikara णः वा पक्षे अच व्यवस्थित विभाषा तेन जलचरे ग्राहः ज्योतिषी ग्रहः. स्पष्टमस्ति. भवतेः इति काशिका. So Kashikakara says bhu dhatu also gets the ण प्रत्यय. भवः देवः. So देव इत्यस्य भवः इति यः शब्दः सिद्ध्यति तत्र देवः इति अर्थः अस्ति. भावः इति यः शब्दः सिद्ध्यति तत्र पदार्थः इति अर्थः अस्ति. Actually, this means that this will be a vyavasthita vibhasha because particular meaning is associated with each of them. So if you want to express the meaning of deva, then it has to be acha pratyaya. If you want to express the meaning of padartha, then it has to be na pratyaya. So again, this means that it is a vyavasthita vibhasha. For a normal vibhasha, both the words should mean the same thing, and only then we will say it is a true option. If one root gives a different meaning and other root gives a different meaning, it's not a vibhasha at all. So that's what he says. Bhave, bhavo, devaha. So deva or samsara, in that particular sense, the ach pratyaya is added and deva is created. In the padartha sense, na pratyaya is added and bhava is created. So it's kind of vyavasthita vibhasha only, even for the word bhu. But that's all in the context of Kashika. So he says, bhavatehe iti Kashika, bhashyamate kim bhavati, bhashyamate praptyarthat churadinyantat acha. So he says, bhu praptau iti dashamagane dhatuhu asti, churadigane dhatuhu asti, tasmat णिच pratyam krutva agre ach pratyayah karaniyaha. According to the Bhashyakara, it will be bhu plus णिच plus acha. And according to Kashika, it will be bhu plus na. So Bhashya is slightly different, is what he is saying. Bhashyamate tu praptyarthat churadyantat acha tina bhavaha iti shabdaha siddhyati. Balamanorama pathitva samapayamaha. So Balamanorama, I'm just explaining these things further in Balamanorama. I take these I've started taking these fragments of Balamanorama more frequently because, that's eventually our goal. We should be able to read and understand these commentaries. Nobody is going to explain the entire Ashtadhyayi with all the commentaries to us. So we need to get into habit of understanding what's written. Jalachare matsyadau achyena pratyaye upadhavruddhau graha ityeva bhavati. So Jalachara for the sea animals, Matsya and other. ज्योतिषी, ज्योति is a planetary body. ज्योतिषी सूर्य चंद्रादौ वाच्ये अच् प्रत्यये ग्रह इत्येव भवति इति अर्थः. भवतेः च इति इयमपि व्यवस्थित विभाषा. How did I forget? I don't know. भवतेः इति also व्यवस्थित, like can't be more clear. भवतेः इयमपि व्यवस्थित विभाषा. तदाह भवो देवः used for Mahadeva. अत्र अच् एव इति भावः। भावाः पदार्थाः अत्र न एव इति भावः। स्पष्टं स्यात्। एतत् सर्वं काशिकाकारस्य मतेन ननु भवतेः च इति न विकल्पस्य भाष्ये अदर्शनात्। Whatever Kashika says is not justified by the bhashya. Katham bhashya mate bhava shabda. So how can the bhashya, so because ach pratyaya is there. All dhatus will get ach pratyaya. So bhu dhatu will anyway get ach pratyaya justifying bhava. Bhava can be given by the na pratyaya according to Kashika. But bhashya does not say that. So how does bhava get the na pratyaya? Bhu get the na pratyaya? ननु भवतेः न प्रत्ययस्य भाष्ये अदर्शनात् कथं भाष्यमते भाव शब्द भाष्यमते तु प्राप्त्यर्थात् चुरादिण्यन्तात् अच. So according to Bhashyakara, bhava will be the normal acha and bhava will be bhu plus hnich plus acha. So bhavayati prapayati swaswakaryam ityarthe bhu praptau iti churadiण्यन्तात् भावी भावी इत्यस्मात् भावी इति धातुः इत्यस्मात् अच् प्रत्ययेण लोपे भाव शब्दः इत्यर्थः. It'll be very simple to understand. So that's it. That completes the discussion today. Worth taking one full class for K and one full class for N. Better to go slow than hurry up. So let's take a quick look. Nvultracho nandigrahi pachadibhyo lyuninyachah igupadadnya prikirakkaha atashchopasarge. We studied all this earlier. We skipped that sha pratyaya. Sha is actually very complex. The presentation is pretty big. Probably we need 2 classes or an extended class for this sha pratyaya. अग्रे ज्वलिति कसन्तेभ्यो नः शाद्व्यधाश्रुस्रवती णवसा वव्रुलिह श्लेषश्वसश्च दुध्न्योरनुपसर्गे विभाषाग्रहः अन्ते च यस्तनवर्गे पठितः गेहे कः इति सर्वे प्रत्ययाः अस्माभिः अधीताः. The plan for the next week is we will need one full class or probably 1.5 class for this sha pratyaya. Lots of stuff to discuss. Pagradmadhe drishashah anupasarga limbavindadhari parivedyodeji cheti sati sahibhyascha dadati dadatyor vibhasha. So these 3 things we will see one day, and remaining day all the remaining sutras. Shilpinishvun gasthakan nyucha haschavrihi kalayoho prasilvasamabhiharevun ashishicha पदरुज विषस्पृशोघ्रै and सृस्थिरे. एतानि सर्वाणि सूत्राणि अग्रिम सप्ताहे होपफुली प्रायः अस्माभिः विस्तारेण पठिष्यन्ते. अस्तु समापयामः. Let's take a quick look at the exercise. अधोदत्तानां धातूनां अच् स्लैश क स्लैश ण प्रत्ययान्त रूपाणि यत्र संभवन्ति तत्र सवृत्तिकं प्रक्रियया सूत्रं निर्दिशत. So you have 15 dhatus. All of these will get at least one pratyaya. They will get a ach pratyaya or na pratyaya or ka pratyaya. Sometimes they will get more than one. Like if one pratyaya is vaikalpika, then it will give another pratyaya. So find out for each of the dhatus which all the pratyayas, which all of these pratyayas are applicable. Find out and write the prakriya along with the vritti. Understand that the Rama example that we saw today will emphasize the importance of vrittis. Never start writing a krudanta prakriya without a vritti. Vritti is very compulsory. Not just krudanta, but all the 5 cases, samasas, tadhitas, all these cases, you must have vritti and then you should do the entire derivation. And finally, a different type of question today. Rikta sthanani purayata. Simple one actually. Nayati iti kim kena sutrena kaha pratyayaha. Nyuchati iti. This is reference to the yesterday's class. Oka ucha. That nyuchati iti kena pratyayeva rupe siddhe kaha dash dash ka pratyaya vidhiyate. So prakriyayam dash 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 dvavapi nipatyate. So swara vidhanartham ka pratyaya vidhiyate basically, and which all are the nipatanas and so on. Similarly, you have various questions. Jwalati iti jwala dhatoho kartrarthe kani kani rupani bhavitum arhanti. You can have a truch pratyaya, you can have anval pratyaya, you can have na pratyaya, you can have ach pratyaya, and so on. Let's take a look at the yesterday's questions also, because we did not cover all these yesterday. So brahma dhatoho jwaladigane pathaha nishphalaha iti panditaihi kimartham uchyate. So we studied this. Vibhasha grahaha iti vyavasthita vibhasha asti kimartham. We have studied this. Shad vyadhasru अस्मिन् सूत्रे शयि धातोः ग्रहणं किमर्थम्? So we discuss this. And दुन्योरनुपसर्गे इत्यत्र टु दु उपतापे इत्येव धातुः स्वीकर्तव्यः. दु गतौ इति न अस्य किं स्पष्टीकरणं कौमुद्यां दीयते. This also we studied. And yesterday we studied तत्त्वबोधिनीकारस्य मतेन गेहे कः इति सूत्रं न क्रियते चेदपि न दोषाय. अद्य पुनरावर्तनसमये अपि अस्य अध्ययनम् अस्माभिः कृतम्. So please now you can attempt class number 52 and class number 53. Please sign up for the exercises. Thank you for attending. Next week we will hopefully, I'm very scared to give a guarantee given the speed of the class, but hopefully we should be able to cover the Navuladis in the next week. अग्रिमसप्ताहे नियमितरूपेण कक्षाद्वयं भविष्यति. समापयामः. अष्टाध्ये जगन्माता यस्य चित्तात् समुत्थिता वेदानामुपकाराय तस्मै पाणिनये नमः. शब्द ब्रह्म समाराध्य कृतवान्यो विलक्षणं सर्वाश्चर्यमिदं शास्त्रं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः. येन धौता गिरः पुंसां विमलैः शब्दवारिभिः तमश्चाज्ञानजं भिन्नं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः. धन्यवादः.